Make sure I've got this all plugged in right. This is plugged in. Hey, Josh.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. Very happy to make your acquaintance here on
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
this noble place. Let me let me get to. I was just I'm right at this place in the podcast. I still record this separately on Zoom and then use the audio from Zoom onto the podcast. I'll take a picture of us from the Zoom video and use it to promo us, you know.
Okay.
Cool. And I'm not going to use this, but I'll just show you. I'm actually in San Francisco right now,
Okay.
um, where I've been for 3 days. It's kind of fun to be. Look, there's the. It's not. I'm not looking at the background.
But you could be because you're there, right?
I am.
Yeah.
Last night, my wife and I ate literally right under the Bay Bridge, not the
Really,
Golden.
California, I haven't been out there yet. The furthest I've gone that west is New Mexico and Nevada. So,
Well, in your industry, you're going to be.
yes, for sure. I'm sure we'll eventually get a hotel out there. We just added one in Texas, so we're we're inching our way toward that. Yes,
Sprawling.
exactly. Yep. Yep.
It's the blob. Well, let's
Yep.
jump into it if you don't mind. You've got the questions. I'm going to read them to you anyway, and they may spring other things as far as we'll let the spirit lead us, uh,
Yes,
as they
for
say
sure.
in Alabama.
Exactly. Yep.
Hey, Josh, how did you get involved in podcasting?
Well, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Like, I was laying in bed. I was staying in the hotels that making.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Are you freezing? Am I freezing?
I am involved in,
Hang on. Hang on.
many hotels, but
Hang on,
I
Josh.
could,
Hang on. Hang on.
well, your
It's
face is frozen, but
Yeah, we've got some technical difficulties, as they say, and your face is frozen on
it
mine.
might be my fault.
You're not using a comfort in, are you? Excellent. I'm going
It's
to take off.
probably my Wi-Fi quality. Let me disconnect. Oh, I'm at a Holiday Inn Express.
Is that where you are? Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Can you hear me okay? Interesting. It was okay in the early banter, but it's not okay now. There you are. You're back to square. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah, I changed my connection over to my phone, so maybe it'll be better now.
It's really clear.
Okay, good, good.
Okay, we'll try that again. Today we meet Josh Gaddis from the volunteer state in the United States, whom I met online as we both have podcasts under the management of Buzzsprout. Josh, how did you get involved in podcasting?
Well, it was honestly kind of a last minute decision. I really didn't think it through. Um, was laying in bed one night at one of the hotels we manage, and I thought, I influence so many hotels as a director with our company, but how many more people can I help in the hospitality industry by starting a podcast? So the gears were turning, and obviously I thought it was going to be a lot easier than what it has turned out to be. But I got started in it, and we've posted a few episodes, and uh, we're loving it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a topic I'm passionate about, so it makes for really good content each week. And I think once we reach the right audience, we'll be in good shape.
They'll find you. Where is home for you now? And where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in North Alabama. in a town called Arab, Alabama. Um, about population about 7,000 maybe. So small hometown. You may have heard of Huntsville, Alabama, the Rocket City as they call it. That was about 20 miles north of us. So if we wanted to go somewhere for any entertainment at all as a kid, movies, miniature golf, anything like that, we drove to Huntsville because we didn't have anything like that in our town. But now I'm just a little bit south of there. I'm in a town called Gadsden, Alabama, right outside of Birmingham. That's kind of where I base my home office out of for work. Although the road is more an office than my home, that's for sure.
You know, a couple of weeks ago, there was a spill at a train in Palestine, Ohio. So you get a word like Palestine, and there you are in Arab. This is a little confusing for me as a Jewish guy. How did these names slip into Alabama and Ohio?
Well, I'll tell you, there is a funny story. I don't know if it's true, but in my hometown, they claim the name Arab was actually derived from a typo. So they said that the name was originally supposed to be Arad with a D, but a typo, ARAB, made it Arab. So uh, people can fact check me if they want, but that's the story that floats around Arab, Alabama, anyway.
Okay, those of you listening on the podcast, if you can Google or use your chat GPT or whatever that is and find out, and you're the first one to tell us the real story, maybe we'll send you a t-shirt. Okay, this is a good thing. Josh, on your company website called Pride Hospitality, it says you're a hotel management and development company headquartered in Germantown, Tennessee. See, it even sounds right. We pride ourselves on providing a full range of services to support the acquisition, development, management, and operation of a growing portfolio of limited service hotels in the U.S. What the heck does that mean? Can you translate that for me?
Well, in short, it means that if you trust us with your business to run your hotel, we're going to run it like we own it. That is basically what those words mean, and we mean that in every way that we do when we go into these hotels, and we've done them from acquisition. We see them through the building and the grand opening, and then we'll continue to keep to manage them if they want to keep us on board after that point. But really, that's what it is. It's being passionate about helping those hotel owners that need it, and we treat it like it's our own money and it's our own investment.
So you're creating another chain. Is that what I'm reading?
Yes, pretty much. So when you're dealing with some of these big name hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, IHG, they require certain things of hotels. And if one is not performing well, not meeting the brand standards and those kinds of things, they will actually tell the hotel owner, hey, you're going to have to hire a management company. Now, that doesn't always mean that we get business from that because the brand is upset with them and they're forcing them to. We also get a lot of business from hotel owners that we've helped to refer other hotel owners, and that's really where we get the majority of our business is through the hotel industry and the owners.
When you go to work most days, what do you make happen?
Well, it's about the development of the manager in the hotel, and that's really where I put the majority of my focus because when we talk about making things happen, the general manager is the one that makes the things happen in these hotels. So my job is really to go in and develop this GM, make them the best they can be at their job, whether it be staffing and recruiting, the HR piece of the business, finding them ways to bring more sales into or revenue into the hotel. Maybe they're struggling with rates and they don't know what to charge this week. We've got an event coming in, so I kind of help them navigate the revenue management side of the hotel. So, so it's really, to me, it's about the development of that general manager. And when I think of me making things happen, it's that general manager being the best that they can be.
You're the general manager. I might just call you General Josh. I like
Yeah, yeah, of course, yes.
I like the companies that you list as being in your portfolio: Comfort Inns, some Holiday Inn Express, etc. Your company is headquartered in Tennessee, but only one property is listed as being in your portfolio, and that's a Comfort Suites near Memphis. Only one property in Tennessee. Did I miss something?
No, so our owner of our company, he moved to Tennessee to kind of start this business. And so he used to live in Wisconsin, and if you see on our site, we have three hotels in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. He owns those three. Um, but then the rest of them are just ones that hotel managers have contacted us and asked us to manage. So and that is one benefit to my job. I can live really wherever I want to because the hotels I'm going to be going to are probably not going to be close to where I live anyway. So it's nice to be able to kind of live uh, where I want to, and if I wanted to stay in my hometown, I could. So it's kind of nice.
That's excellent. Look, if you won the lottery tomorrow, and I'm not thinking you're going to be buying tickets, but sometimes let's say you won the lottery tomorrow, what would you spend your first $50,000 on?
Well, honestly, I think I would probably help my mother with her financial. So, just a quick backstory: my stepdad was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's 10 years ago or so, and he passed away in um, it was November, I think, of 2021. So it was just a year back in, November. So, and she had quit her job years ago to take care of him. So his retirement money, he was a firefighter for 30 years. His retirement money and his Social Security was basically what was keeping her afloat. So whenever he passed, all that stopped. She finally got the insurance money that was still left in the account and all that. But of course, she was struggling there for a while, so I would definitely help her pay off whatever bills she's got and kind of do that as a first gesture.
Every mother listening to the podcast right now is saying, I want to clone this, Josh. Are you available for such cloning?
Hey, sure, sure. I love my mother, but you know that mothers love you like no one else, so I don't think we could all have too many mothers.
That's true.
Uh,
Hey, have you ever visited Australia?
so no, I have not.
So
But
what's
I
wrong?
will
What did we
say,
do wrong?
well, y'all are just too friendly, I've heard. So, uh, I don't know if the southern charm can match the friendliness of the folks in Australia.
Well, I think Alabama's pretty good, and you represent really well. Your company supports one charity. It's called Give Kids the World. That's pretty amazing that out of all the nonprofits that are out there, you guys chose one. You know what prompted that?
Yes, so this is an organization that's very close to our owner's heart. So he's been involved in the hotel industry 30 plus years. He worked for Marriott, he's on the board, I believe, at IHG, and he owns a Holiday Inn Express. So he's been involved in with IHG for many, many years, and he worked with a guy at either Marriott or IHG, I can't remember, but the guy that he worked with is the person who started um this charity, Give Kids the World. And since that guy started that charity, that's been Mark's charity of choice with our company. And he's big into it as well. I mean, it's not just something he says we support. I mean, he's got the little boxes with the Tootsie Pop suckers out at the front counters for people to donate. And of course, we all donate as part of the as a company culture. So when he says he's supporting it, he really means it.
That's beautiful. You personally have a podcast named Rethinking Hospitality. Mazel tov on starting that this year. What will you cover usually on your podcast?
So we originally started, we kind of wanted it to be like a hotel tips and tricks for leisure travelers, help you save a little money, a little time, a little frustration when you're booking your hotels and stuff. And we've done a few episodes or a couple episodes on that. But as we've kind of been getting some feedback from some listeners and everything, we have kind of decided to push toward the management side of hospitality. So we want to focus more on how we can help the people that work in hospitality, no matter what level they're at. They could be a front desk person, assistant manager, general manager, district manager, regional director, anybody that wants to get some practical, useful advice that will help them improve their hotel. Basically, is the audience that we're looking for.
And it wouldn't hurt if we who use the hotels heard a little tip now and again.
Yes, exactly. Well, I was.
A moment, a spot. This is my recommendation as a professional podcaster. Look, I think having a segment, and it could just be a 30-second spot, tip of the week. How
Mhm.
how long is your podcast?
Well, the first two were like 40 minutes, but we're going to
Okay,
scale that back a little bit.
yeah, and it's weekly.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to recommend, and I'll put it in the notes as
Okay.
everybody gets the link on Apple Podcasts or Google or Spotify, wherever they get their podcasts. They're listening to you and me talk today, and I'll put it in the notes how to reach you. You want to
Great.
tell me just now what's the best way for people to reach you?
So we're actually on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Rethinking Hospitality. And then we also have, of course, the Buzzsprout email or web address, and that's rethinkinghospitality.buzzsprout.com. That
That's
link
too
will
hard
take
for
you
me.
straight to
We'll
all of
just
our.
chase it down with rethinking hospitality.
Yes, exactly. So,
That's great.
one thing that I was listening to one of your shows before I came on as a guest, and the travel agent that's your sponsor. One of the episodes that I was listening to, you guys were discussing OTAs
Mhm.
and some of the dangers with using those. And I thought it was so hilarious because the last episode that we posted on our podcast was called OTAs Deals or Duds, and we basically debunked all of the theories that they always have the lowest price and that you can find all these wonderful deals and all that. So I just thought it was funny that the episode I chose to listen to involved OTAs, and that was what my last podcast was about.
See,
So
there's just one theme through the universe. Uh,
yes, yes,
let me
don't
give
use
you,
days. That's the theme.
that's it. Let me give you some rapid fire choices. Dogs or cats?
Cats, definitely.
What's wrong with you? All right. Football or soccer?
Football.
Auburn or Alabama?
Alabama.
Roll Tide. All right.
Yeah.
Color or black and white?
Crimson.
Of course, the Aussies won't get that one, but Americans get that very well.
Yes,
Look,
exactly.
that was fun. Is there anything else you'd want to tell the ever expanding Bob's Your Uncle podcast audience?
I just want to tell you, if you're considering a career in hospitality, listen to the podcast. It'll give you some advice and maybe see if it's for you. And if you're in it already, it might help you a little bit. So just check us out. We'd love to have you on our podcast.
You are a fisherman. I can hear it. You're trying to fish, and I like that. A recruiter is ever recruiting. God bless you for that, Josh.
Exactly. When you've hired employees as long as I have, and you've had to get desperate to find them, you do what you can, right? So
Well,
do
you
what you have.
hire and fire, so I know that's reasonable. You've got to be a good boss, which means you keep the good ones. And look, some fish go back in the pond, and that's okay. Look, thanks for being on the podcast. I appreciate you and wish you all of God's best.
Thank you so much, Bob.
All right, we'll pause the recording.